What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more UB40 from their 1983 album of covers, Labor of Love. Thank you again to Vera. And the next tune is apparently by Winston Tucker. This is not a name I'm familiar with. On the surface of it, it sounds like a country artist. Of course, it might not be that, but yes, I have no basis of comparison here in terms of the similarity to or difference from the original as pertains to the UB40 cover, but the song is called Please Don't Make Me Cry, clearly suggesting a degree of vulnerability and emotional danger, but also a plea and entreaty to whoever is being addressed to avoid that outcome. So yeah, I do wonder the context of the original song. Obviously, I don't expect there to be a great deal of difference lyrically. Not to say that people don't alter lyrics with a cover, but typically that tends to be more similar to, if not verbatim, from the original as opposed to Sonics, which tend to vary much more widely. In any case, let's give it a listen. This is UB40 covering a song called Please Don't Make Me Cry, which was originally by Winston Tucker, and it's featured on their Labor of Love album, 1983.
When I wake up in the morning, you are gone. Little pretty thing, you know I'll be all alone. You let me crying, please don't make me cry. 'Cause I can't say goodbye. Please don't make me cry. I know there'll be nothing left for me. All of the good times we spent together, you said it was me and no other, yeah. And now you wanna make me pain inside. Darling, I know you're gonna make me cry. Don't make me cry. 'Cause I can't say goodbye. Please don't make me cry. Because I know there'll be nothing left for me. You're gonna leave this poor man on his own. Yes, you are. Please don't make me cry. 'Cause I can't say goodbye. Show some sympathy. Please don't make me cry. Because I know there'll be nothing left for me. All this pain I can't stand. You're gonna leave this poor man on his own. Yes, you are. Please don't make me cry, baby, I'm bleeding.
I like the Sonics here a lot. I'd say fundamentally it's sort of in the dub style. It's very stripped down and it has that big pulsing bass at the bottom of the track. But also those like soulful backing vocals almost have a bit of a like African music vocal style. And then the saxophone, I think that's a saxophone. Definitely a more restrained one. But yeah, that was a really nice sonorous element when it came in. And the vocals, again, in a very mellow and tranquil place, which not only fits the sonic vibe of the tune, but sounds like someone who is in a mode where they don't quite know what to expect and they are hoping for a certain outcome, but perhaps, again, feeling the moment very acutely. Nevertheless, yeah, I do wonder if this is lyrically more or less identical to the original, or whether there's been some adjustments here from UB40. But yeah, it sounds like what I was thinking in advance, the idea of someone who is in a limbo or feeling like they are vulnerable and thus hoping that outcomes will be kinder rather than more difficult to take. But yeah, again, it's just a mellow, smooth reggae tune, again, with some dub stylings that feels, at this point, very much like center lane for UB40. And again, people mentioned when I started going through their material that early UB40 has kind of a different flavor than the UB40, which had, some international hits with their covers of, Red Red Wine and I Can't Help Falling in Love and so on. So yeah, I'm still trying to get a sense for that, although I will say, lyrically, a couple of the tunes that I've heard from them were more, let's say, political or at least social commentary than maybe I expected going into it, which, to be fair, that's very much in a reggae tradition. Not every reggae tradition, but very much in a reggae tradition. But yes, ultimately, having only known a couple of their big hit covers before I started this deep dive, I was pleasantly surprised by that. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's more of that along the way, if admittedly not on this album, which, as I said, is an album of covers. So in any case, another cool tune from UB40. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.